It's wonderful to be here with you tonight to talk about spy fiction. That's what we're going to get into. I love it. It's a passion of mine. Surprise, surprise. As a former spy, I now write spy fiction. So I'm going to put a slide presentation up so we can go through that because we're going to cover a lot of material tonight. As Jeannie said, I spent 25 years in national security. The first 10 of that was in uniform with the United States Marine Corps. Then the last 15 of that was with the Central Intelligence Agency. I was what was called a paramilitary operations officer. We'll get into a little bit of that. But I served all over the world. I started off in 1995 in the Balkans. I lived in Moscow, Russia for a year, Lisbon, Portugal. I found myself in Iraq, Afghanistan, a bunch of other places in Central Asia. I was in the Middle East, as well as parts of Africa and well as Eastern Europe, and a few places I can't say. In the Marine Corps, I was an infantryman, and then at CIA, like I said, I was a paramilitary officer. So that means I was trained as a case officer to do case officer work, but I was also doing covert action, the special operations side of that. I've worked very special intelligence operations around the world, as well as some counterintelligence operations, going up against our main adversaries, as well as some nasty characters in the counterterrorism realm. Uh, no surprise, these experiences made for some very interesting times for me. But no matter where I went, the books and the notepads came with me. This is our agenda. This covers our agenda for the next two sessions. I'm not going to read it for you. You can see it up there. But tonight, we're going to spend a significant amount of time talking about the real world of espionage. That's going to cover a good chunk. Then we're going to get into the basic components of spy fiction. We're going to talk about the themes of spy fiction and how that all interrelates. And we're going to start talking about how we deconstruct a spy novel. We'll end this evening with some questions. And then next week, we're going to get into a lot of the nitty gritty tactical aspects of writing spy fiction, the characters, intrigue and conflict, dialogue and setting, the different styles that inform spy fiction, and if you've got to do research. Although the topic and focus of this symposium is about spy fiction, a lot of stuff we're going to cover applies to the literary world in general. You can take a spy character and drop them into a cozy mystery. You could put them in a psychological thriller. You could put them in a police procedural. You could put them in a romance novel. And we're going to kind of understand why that's possible. The things we're going to talk about when it comes to conflict and tension and setting, those are all aspects that can be applied to other types of writing as well. But that's what we're going to do. We're going to use spy fiction as our backdrop as we explore the various literary devices that make up this genre. Now, before I go to the next slide and start talking about the real world of intelligence, the one thing I do want to say is everything that I'm going to talk about from the real world of intelligence context has been approved by what's called the Publication Review Board. So because I was an intelligence officer and because I had a security clearance to see classified information. Everything I write, speak about, and do now that either is connected to my time at the agency or the military, or could potentially I might have had access to when I was in one of those positions. I have to put that through a review board to get it reviewed by various members of the intelligence community to confirm whether it's okay for public discussion. So everything tonight is out there on the web. It's unclassified. You can discuss it, and I'm even going to point you to some places where you can go do some more research on your own.